Hey guys, it's Michelle. Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. First of all, we are celebrating 5,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much for all your support. Woo! We're gonna do a little happy dance. Have some mimosa later. Okay, so thank you to all of my returning viewers, and if you are new to me, don't forget to smash that like and subscribe button. It really does help to grow my channel. Okay, so this show special, I'm celebrating 5,000 subscribers, and look, I'm wearing pink, so it's vacation mode. We are celebrating life. Today, I am going to answer all of your burning questions. So many of you guys, especially in my last few videos, have been putting the questions in my comments and DMing me and emailing. It's all great, and I'm sorry I can't respond to all of you all at once. I've now started doing live streams on the weekends, so you can always catch me there with your questions. But let's address the most popular ones now. Now, this is the internet rumor I keep hearing over and over and over again, and it's nothing new, you guys. It's nothing new. Is canvas being discontinued? I heard canvas was being discontinued. Never! Louis Vuitton is never going to discontinue the canvas. It's the bread and butter of their brand. It's the most recognizable pattern, but it's also the most counterfeit pattern in the world. Is it possible that it's always sold out simply because everybody wants it and they can't keep up with the demand? Yes, it's entirely possible. It's always sold out because people hear these rumors and they rush to buy it. But not only that, Louis Vuitton is a luxury brand, and luxury brands, they want to keep their level of exclusivity, which means they're not sitting there going, oh, this store is sold out, make more product, so everybody can have their Monogram Sarah wallet and everybody can have their Speedy, and that is not the way it works. If it was always available, just like Nike is always sending a supply to Nordstrom or to Kohl's, and you can get these products at any time, you guys would not want it as badly, would you? No, you wouldn't, because then you'd be like, oh, I can buy that piece anytime I want, and I'm not gonna rush to get it. Now, why they are pushing toward leather? Well, they are a luxury brand, and even though you guys are like, we love canvas, there's the canvas collectors and customers, I get it. When I worked there, a good amount of people, almost half, or maybe about 30% came in just for leather. The empreinte leather, epi, and the vernis. So none of those leathers are copyable. They are, you do find counterfeits of those, but not as counterfeit as the canvas, especially the canvas monogram. So Louis Vuitton is not worrying about you guys that just buy canvas, because they have plenty of customers buying leather. And these transactions are like $3,500 and up. So of course now, because of social media, like I see all of you guys, you're like, Louis Vuitton is the creme de la creme. Then suddenly it's like, oh, Chanel, I'm gonna strive for Chanel. It's even more money. And beyond that is Hermes. So what's going to be next on that? They don't want you to send your business to another brand. So Vuitton is going to push the high-end leathers, of course, because it's only the natural progression of your spending if they want to get you to spend a little bit more. Keeping exclusive and slowly feeding you to higher-end products is the name of the game for Vuitton, but really for any brand and any luxury brand to keep you interested. And they simply they're not like Nike, like I said, they're not just going to keep a supply of the accessible lower end items because they're making money elsewhere. They're not stressing over it, so you shouldn't either. Now, with that said, the best time to buy Monogram is right before Christmas, because that's when they will raise quantities for the demand of the Christmas buyers. So fret not. Usually at the end of summer, stock is tight and they'll start producing it again. So don't freak out. Yes, the price might go up, but that is up to you if you really want that piece. Next question, all the time. Why does my SA/CA, now SA, sales associate, CA, client advisor, same thing. Why do they not respond? Girl, they are overworked and understaffed. So I am hearing from you guys and from people I know who work there and everybody that Louis Vuitton is hiring so many people now because there's huge turnover. Even when I worked there was huge turnover, and now there seems to be even more. Even one of my best friends was like, I need some help, I'm interviewing for Louis Vuitton, and I was like, girl, have you seen my videos? But she needs a job. Okay, so those employees who are left are simply stretched too thin. Now, regarding answering your questions, when I was there, those who worked an opening shift were allotted 38 minutes at the beginning of the shift before the store opened to reach out via phone, to answer text messages, emails, and to reach out to clients, phone calls, whatever, who had questions. Just because you are contacting them on their cell phone does not mean they can drop everything to answer your question. With that said, part-timers do not always have that luxury if they're not having an opening shift, or if there's like maybe a few days in between their shifts. Okay, furthermore, please do not assume that just because you have a CAA to text, that you can text them directly and that they have a magical unicorn in the back of the store that poops out the sold out limited edition product that you want. You know what I mean? Do not text them for a pochette accessoire, for a mini pochette accessoire, for the pochette Matisse reverse, that bag that came out in 2014, just thinking it's sold out across the nation. But I have a CA, I have access to a CA, or maybe there's 3 in the nation. This person should be able to get it for me. Sorry, that is not true. If it is sold out nationwide, it is sold out, and there is nothing they can do. That magical unicorn that brings out the magical products simply does not exist. And I said this in another video, there's no little man sitting in the back waiting to sew up your product. This is not made to order. So for that, some of these, it takes time to answer these questions, and if it's something they just can't get, honestly, they probably just won't answer you unless they already know you, you have a relationship with this person. But like getting random texts of like, do you have this, do you have that, it's been sold out for 2 years, do you have it? It's just like, don't expect that to happen, and don't get mad if that happens too. Now, occasionally you can call the store, you might get a CA to pick up. Same thing with calling the store. The people in the store have priority, so they're not going to drop everything and run to answer the phone to answer your questions about why you don't have these sold out products. This is just really time consuming and hard to do. And you guys already know these products are sold out. Now, sometimes you might get lucky. If you get lucky and get someone on the phone and they have the product you want, keep it short and sweet. I did hear this from one of my viewers. Her name is Eileen, and her channel is Bag Hound. Anyway, she found a store that had the toiletry 26 and was able to call and get a person. So she was in good energy that day. But I also know Eileen, she is just like the sweetest person. And as I always say, the energy you give out is the energy you get. So do not be demanding with your CA just because your pochette accessoire is sold out. Okay, other burning questions I see. Should I purchase a Speedy and Monogram or a Damier Ben? You guys always have this question. I love it. Now, all you need to know, your Monogram has the vachetta leather. It is going to change color. Are you okay with that? Now, the Damier Ben has that leather that is dyed chocolate colored, so that's a great option if you don't want to think about the color change in your bag. Okay, you guys, don't freak out. It's untreated because it is meant to look weathered. It is a travel bag to look traveled and weathered on your journey. That is the whole point, is that you add your own characteristics to the bag. So I see a lot of you guys like freaking out over that. And like, that's fine, keep your things the way you want to, but that's the way the bag was meant to be. So if you don't like the lightness of the vachetta leather, then go for Damier Ben, but that is a personal preference. Another thing to know is the original print. So people come in and ask for the original, the traditional, and I know they usually mean monogram, or they say LV, 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 or like the Chinese folks call it La Hua, which means old flower. You guys, the original print is actually the Damier Ben. The checker print is Louis Vuitton's original canvas print for his trunks. A lot of people just assume it's the monogram because, like I said in the beginning of the video, it's the most recognizable pattern. So anyhow, that is the difference between the prints. The monogram print was actually introduced in 1896. Now, Vuitton was started in 1854. So after he had passed, his son created the monogram print, and it was released in 1896. Now, on Vuitton's 100th anniversary of the brand, the Damier event was reintroduced. So that's when we started to see the checker again. So a lot of people don't know that is the original material. However, it is true, the Damier event section is very small compared to the monogram section in the store because not a lot of people gravitate toward the Damier event, but there still are specific certain bags that only come in the Damier event, such as the Croisette or the South Bank. Still a very beautiful pattern and still recognizable as Vuitton. Okay, so your last question, what do I do to protect my handbag? What do I do to protect the vachetta? So I went into this already, is that the vachetta is meant to weather. I've heard people talk about apple guard, but as a former employee, never ever ever did they tell us to put anything on the leather. Nothing. Now what they do recommend is to wipe your bag down, the canvas part, with a damp cloth, not soaking wet, just a damp cloth. This is especially important for the Damier Azur, which I talked about in my previous video, because that print is white, it's going to get dirty. So the best way to maintain it is to wipe it down with just a damp cloth. As for the vachetta, now keep in mind this is untreated leather, so anything with moisture is going to absorb into that leather and possibly change the color. That goes with your damp cloth, that goes with a leather conditioner. Leather conditioner is great for the leather bags, like the Épée or the Empreinte, not the Vernis because that is coated. Or for your Damier event pieces that have the brown chocolate leather on it, you can use the leather conditioner there. It will keep it like it's like lotion for the bag. But these things, like I said, they are not recommended from the store. They're not recommended from the brand. So if you're going to put anything on your bag or spray it with apple guard, these are just things to be aware of. I do remember a customer coming in, she did have the leather treated somewhere else and it looked funky. So I think she brought it in to try to have the leather changed. Once it's altered, there is not much the repair center can do. They can say, no, you've had it altered by someone else, so therefore we can no longer touch it. So just be aware of those things when you are purchasing your bag. Personally, I don't put anything on my bag, nor do I put anything on my shoes, but I happen to live in California where I'm not using my items in heavy rain or snow. So I know those are things to consider. Maybe just don't carry your nice stuff in the rain, and always wipe it down, and please do not leave it on the floor. In my culture and a lot of cultures, it is bad luck to leave your handbag on the floor. The money will come out of it, that's what they say. But that's a sure way to get your handbag dirty as well. So do whatever you want. There's a lot of recommendations on YouTube videos on how to take care of your bag, but for me those simple suggestions work. And also you guys have asked about organizers for the bag. That's all well and dandy. I personally am a huge fan of cosmetics bags. I pretty much just collect them everywhere. So all of my goodies are in here, my makeup, pens, lotion, anything. So if the cap falls off the pen or my lotion explodes, it's always in a little bag. So for me, that's how I keep it organized. Can find everything I need without having all that stuff fall to the bottom of the bag. Sometimes the organizers have little corners that can wear on those corners of your bag, just something to be aware of. But whatever way you organize, I think is great. I'm all about Marie Kondo and organization and finding things easily in your handbag. And the last thing, don't forget to rotate your handbag. Don't use the same handbag every single day. You want to keep different ones handy, which is also why the cosmetics pouches just make it easy to grab one and put it into another bag. It is going to extend the life of your bag, just like wearing shoes, you guys. You wouldn't wear your shoes like every single day, 5 days, 7 days, whatever in a row. You want to rotate that so that they have time to like kind of breathe, reshape, and just give it a rest. Get into another shoe, get into another bag, and it is going to extend the life of your bag. Also, when you do that, you get to clean it out, take the stuff out, clean the inside of your bag. As always, guys, this is my opinion. These are the facts I know from working at Vuitton. Do not be offended. And as I always say, if you can't get the item you want, maybe it's not meant for you. Don't worry, something else is coming, and it's okay. Like, it will all be okay. With that said, thank you guys so much for joining, and to all my returning viewers, if you haven't subscribed already, don't forget to smash that like and subscribe. If you enjoyed my content, if I gave you helpful information, please do come back. With that said, thank you guys so much. My name is Michelle. Happy shopping. Bye.